the person in Donald Trump's job is through impeachment.
If that were to have been, his tweets were to have been said at any workplace across America, it would have been an instant firing situation. You know, and I want to speak beyond these four colleagues of mine, but I represent, it was xenophobic as well. I represent one of the largest Muslim populations in this country. This man does not understand what he's doing to little children. I go into the grade schools there, and I have children grabbing my legs, telling me they are afraid that someone is going to come into their house in the middle of the night, take their family out, and never be seen again. This is the United States of America in 2019. This is not Germany. And we need to think about the message that we are sending to people. We are trying to divide this country with fear, hatred. It's divisive and not acceptable.
Well, let's listen to Donald Trump in the past, in the way he describes himself as not being a racist.
You're racist, you're racist, you're racist. They keep saying it.
Are you a racist?
Absolutely not. So many of my friends who are black, they say, you are the least racist person.
I am the least racist person that you've ever met, believe me.
Suzette, your reaction to the way Donald Trump defends himself?
Well, he started by saying he might as well have just said, I have many black friends. It's just laughable at this point.
Karine, I am the least racist person that you have ever met.
Basically, that's what racist people say.
Exactly.
I mean, it's
that
exactly
is in and of itself a badge of
Right.
racism.
Right.
He's saying he is less racist than you.
Right.
He's saying he's less racist than John Lewis.
Right.
He is taking a higher moral ground for
Exactly.
himself than John Lewis.
And like I said, that's what racist people say. And my best friend is black, or you know, I have no not one racist bone in my body, which I don't even know what that means. Please tell me where that would be, that racist bone in your body. And by the way, what does a non-racist bone looks like? I mean, it is. Look, Donald Trump is who he is. He has shown us that over and over and over again in his policies, the way he talks about black people, the way he talks about Mexicans when he first entered the race. He is who he is. And the problem is, Lawrence, is that the reason why he continues this behavior is because Republicans do not hold him accountable. They do not call him out. So what does he do? He doubles down and he triples down. And he's not going to stop because he believes it works.
Let's listen to what Speaker Pelosi said on the House floor today.
Every single member of this institution, Democratic and Republican, should join us in condemning the president's racist tweets. To do anything less would be a shocking rejection of our values and a shameful abdication of our oath of office to protect the American people.
Congresswoman Dingell, what did it feel like on the House today, in the House floor, the overall sensation of that full experience on the floor?
You know, it was tense at times. You know that it broke down when Republicans were trying to get process votes that didn't get at the substance. They're learning tactics from President Trump, which is divert from the attention on the issue that's really at hand. But our caucus was united. I have not seen our caucus this united in standing up to hatred that we simply cannot tolerate anymore. President Trump gave us a gift on Sunday. He united our caucus in a way it hasn't been in months.
And Suzette, what do you see in these four votes, these four Republican votes? And I'm going to you on this. You're in Indiana. It's a very Republican state. One of the members of the Indiana delegation, who you pointed out specifically in your column before this vote, voted against the president today. She is a retiring member, but she's an important member of the House. Is there something in this for future possible cracks of Republican support for the president?
Absolutely. I think that Republicans are going to have to start listening to the American people. Yes, I live in a very red state. I have heard from so many readers who reached out to me today on both sides of the aisle, and they said this is unacceptable. We as Americans cannot allow this kind of division to happen any longer. And I think that if these Republicans are going to represent their voters, they are going to have to start listening to their voters. And Americans are very unhappy. I've gotten tons of emails from Republicans who say, I'm a Republican all my life, but we cannot continue to go down this road.
And Karine, the president had an opportunity to move on from this. He is the one who kept it alive. He's the one who started started his day tweeting about this every day the last 3 days. So this is clearly a decision of his to keep this going.
Right. He believes that it works. He thought he was going to continue the divide, right? Just think about what we were talking about on Saturday or early Sunday, which was Nancy Pelosi versus the squad, as they're called, right? And what he did, it's so true what the Congresswoman did, he delivered a gift to Democrats because he thought he thought he could get in there and divide the two sides and into the Democratic side even more. And all he did was unify them. And it backfired on him, what he did. Inserting racism actually hurt him more because the majority of the people do not want to hear that. That's what we saw in 2018 when he doubled down with the caravan. We doubled down on immigration. People came out and voted against what Donald Trump was about. It was a referendum on him. He did not learn his lesson. He's thinking, now I'm going to triple down, and it didn't work. And now you see a unified Democratic Party, and they are where the majority of the people are.
And Congresswoman Dingell, take us inside the party caucus meeting before this vote. In situations like this, generally as many, if not the entire party, gathers behind a closed door to talk about what's going to happen on the House floor today. What was that meeting like today?
You know, it was a candid conversation, but frequently when you're in meetings like this, there are a lot of different opinions. And there wasn't anybody who didn't know that we needed to take this vote, that we needed to stand up. I think that we want to make sure that we stand up to hatred, we stand up to division, but at the same time, we can't let him divert us every single day. We've got to get back to doing the people's business. We've got to deliver for the people. So we've got to get back to health care, which he's not delivering on. He's not lowering prescription drug prices. We have to get back to talking about the environment, to infrastructure. So we're also focused on how we got to get back to working for the people, which he would like to keep us off that message every day. That's what he does. And we cannot let him keep us from delivering for the people that we promised to. And by the way, he's got to deliver for these people, too. He got elected in Michigan because he talked about many of these issues. If we haven't done something about it, he's going to have problems in this next election.
Suzette, as a member of the press, how do you see the challenge for journalism in this, in how to cover these kinds of outbursts by the president?
Well, first of all, we just have to cover the truth, and we have to call it what it is. We can't dance around it. It's racist. It was racism, and that's why you saw many publications that came out with very hard-hitting editorials and columns like mine, calling it what it is. We have to stand up for America. We guard America. That is our job, and that's what we will continue to do. You know, there's the fake news that's thrown around, and you know, he gets his base all ramped up talking about us and booing us at his rallies and such. But I think we've done nothing but proven that we are here to cover this administration, to cover this president, to uncover the truth, and that's what we will continue to do.
Congresswoman Debbie Dingell, Karine Jean-Pierre, Suzette Hackney, thank you all very much for starting us off tonight. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.